Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently working on getting our economy a little bit under control. Yes, oh, that was exciting. I always forget that you can do that in this game. Fantastic. Yes, we do want to continue to expand out over here, but for now we're not looking to do that. We're at plus 3k right now financially, and I definitely want to work on these unrealized taxes and interest and get this debt paid off. That is our current primary goal, and then we're going to ramp up our construction. Then, once that's done, we can look at expansion. So that'll be fine. We're going to be staying at peace for a little bit here. Our construction is very, very low. We really probably should be working on these government administrations first. I'm going to keep working on this one since we've already made some progress here, but minus 11.7% efficiency there is definitely a little bit painful. So we're going to move up any of these government administrations that do not have increased, well, that don't have reduced construction efficiency, I should say. So I'm going to move then anything down the line that does not have that increased efficiency. So we're going to do something like this. Let's see here. Yep, this needs to be moved down. This needs to be moved down. And we'll get to these later on. Beautiful. And now these are all lower efficiency. Yes. Okay, so we're going to do something along the lines of this, but all of these are lower efficiency. I want to point that out. So in Gondar, it's 11.7% right now. I'm hoping that that'll go away by the time we work our way through these three government administrations, or at least be heavily reduced. That would be nice, for sure. For now, this is okay, though. We are paying down our debt, reducing the amount that we're putting into interest. Our unrealized taxes will get better as well over time, although our infrastructure isn't great. And there's not a lot we can do about that. We can't build ports because we are completely landlocked at this moment. And we can't build railroads right now. We simply lack the technology for it. Now, cotton gin is spreading, which we are going to need cotton gin to make our way down to railways. We need to grab atmospheric engine, we need lathe, we need mechanical tools, and then we can take railways. So that's a ways out. A duel, huh? Let's ban dueling. Get out of here. Cool. So that's fine. We're going to have this done in 10 weeks, and then we'll build these two. Now, I do want to note that our construction efficiency will definitely get better, because having our bureaucracy be in surplus here is increasing our state construction efficiency. So building government administrations will improve this. The real question is, by how much? I think this caps at like 10% efficiency. Something along those lines. What we're going to need more than anything is for the construction efficiency in Gondar to drop, right? We have moderate turmoil there right now, and radicalism is slightly ticking down. Okay, I want to check in real quick on our... Oh, we're a righteous government 100. Okay, that's reasonably fine. Do we want to change any laws? I would love to do homesteading here. Homesteading would be a lot better than serfdom. Of course, the landowners don't like it. They would go to minus 13. Okay, what is the current makeup of the approval rating of landowners? Noted. They're currently happy. We need to get this happiness level up a bit. I wouldn't mind suppressing them, but I believe they're in government right now, so we can't do that. That's reasonably fine. We did finish up that reduced efficiency government administration, so we can see now this is 10.9%, as this week goes through 10.2. And it'll probably take a little bit yet for that government administration to, 9.9. That's not bad. We did lose honest work from the rural folk, which is a little sad. But it's okay. So we're working on getting this paid down, right? Mostly it's the unrealized taxes that are a big problem. And I want to check in real quick here. Okay, we're actually going to need one more construction in Shu and Amhara. I'm going to queue that up here because that is actually not having reduced construction efficiency. It's having increased construction efficiency. So that's good. How are we doing on our literacy? It's ticking up with that increased access. That's good. We definitely need to work on our literacy. No doubt about that one. And there's no laws that we can work on right now. So that is certainly noted. We're definitely going to be moving out into some of these areas relatively soon. But I do want to be paying down this debt. That is a pretty big deal here. Yeah, overall this is looking decent. Our construction is going nicely as well. What we really need more than anything is access to some iron. That's going to be difficult for us, not having iron. We'll see how that goes. For now, of course, these government administrations are quite necessary. And we'll have these 3 done reasonably quickly. By the time those are done, are we expecting this to be basically good on the construction efficiency? I think a lot of that depends on radicalism. Ooh, that was a bit of a drop there. I wonder what caused that drop. Pop's dying? Maybe a malaria tick or something. I don't know. Our GDP ticked up. Perhaps our standard of living was on the upswing? A little bit, yeah, okay. So that'll be fine for now. That will definitely do the trick. That's good. We're very, very pleased about that. We definitely want our construction efficiency to get better, right? Minus 9.9% is not terrible, but at our current construction amounts, that's going to add quite a lot of time. We can see here this is going to take 10, 12 weeks to just build these 4 pages. We're going to work on that, definitely. So we're on urban planning right now. There's 14 months away from that. That will allow us to do iron frame buildings. We don't have access to iron right now. Tools are going to be a necessity as well. So we do want to get started working on tooling workshops eventually. Unfortunately, we kind of can't right now. I suppose we could... Hang on. What would this actually do in terms of tool consumption? This would give us 40 tool consumption. That's 2 levels of tooling workshops. Okay. I'm going to queue up 2 levels of tooling workshop. We're going to do it like this. How far out are we here? 13 months on urban planning? Okay. So something along those lines. Iron is going to be a problem when we do this. We're going to have to look to import iron, perhaps from, like, Egypt? I don't know. Iron is definitely going to be a big issue for us. There is some iron down here, I remember, from Imperator. I don't know if that's the case in Victoria. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. So this government administration is going to get finished. Now, one thing I want to note is I queued these up deliberately in Shu and Amhara. So we have more unemployed people in Gondar. But the construction efficiency is low here. So we're going to do something like this. That'll do just fine for now. Most of these unrealized taxes are coming from Gondar. I want to point that out. So it's going to take some time to actually start reaping these benefits. Right now, our primary benefit is that we're dropping our interest payments. That said, we're staying about even in terms of our income as that happens, which isn't ideal. Not ideal at all. We could think about dropping our government wages, actually. That's not a terrible concept, actually. I think we do that. So that brings us up to about 6K that we're earning per week now. Cool. Now we're putting this exclusively right now towards getting our credit built up, or rather our credit gone. And then we're going to start spending, not deficit spending, but I'm going to be targeting about equal spending. I'm going to be targeting a balanced budget here once we get this debt paid off. So that's the idea there. We're going to have this government administration done in 5 weeks. Enact national militia. We're on peasant levies right now, right? National militia would, I think, be good for us here. The landowners are very, very... Actually, they're not in that much opposition about it. They would be even from this change. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. The landowners are not going to be angry about this. They're going to be mildly irritated, is the way I'll put it. So that seems reasonably fine for now. We're going to get this government administration done, and then we'll start working on this tooling workshop. We are going to definitely want to have these tooling workshops done by the time we get urban planning done. That's absolutely something that we're going to want. So what is the actual construction time on this? 32 weeks? Okay. Harar is improving relations with us. That is these guys over here. That's fine for the moment. We're not looking to expand right now. We could theoretically expand, actually. It's an option. I'm not sure that it's a great one. So we'll see what happens with this national militia. I'm not expecting any major setbacks on this. I think that we'll be able to get this passed. And then we'll probably have to chill on the laws for a little bit and let the landowners get over that. We want to get rid of serfdom relatively quickly. Artistic expressions. 7% enactment success chance, or actually 2 interest group approval from the landowners, and 5% enactment success chance. I think we go for that. We want to keep the landowners a little on the happier side, so I think that'll do for now. We're still in the introduction, unfortunately. But we are getting much closer at this point to having our debt paid off. So that's looking great. And how are we doing for our standard of living? It's middling. Okay. It's not terrible. Britain just rivaled the Ottomans, and they rivaled Britain back. What do they have going on here? They're fighting Egypt. Interesting. For the time being, there's nothing we can do about this. Hopefully the British will keep the Ottomans in check, and the Ottomans will keep the British in check. We do need more time to work through this, of course. So we probably should think about going after Kaffa pretty soon. Is Britain currently occupied? No, they have no active diplomatic plays right now. We'll keep an eye on that, and I think we'll make a move once Britain gets involved in something else. They have an interest down here. We don't want Britain to interfere. Interesting. 5% enactment success chance. Amhara Pop's becoming more loyalist. Or we could get another interest group approval from landowners here. And we do need to keep the landowners happy, so that's what we're going to do. Keeping the landowners happy makes it more likely that we can eventually get rid of serfdom. So that'll be good. And yes, the landowners are indeed currently in the status of happy, so I don't think we're going to have any problems with enacting the national militia. That will be good for us militarily, not as good as, say, a professional army would be, but it will do for now. So that's looking good. As far as our constructions go, this tooling workshop is 13 weeks away from construction. Now, we don't currently consume any tools. I want to point that out. We're 4 months away from the urban planning here. In fact, that's going to finish around the same time as this tooling workshop. So that's fine. How are we doing down here now? 6.5% construction efficiency. We are getting close to our cap on bureaucracy. Yeah, it definitely caps at 10%, right? I'm pretty sure it does. It has to. And our debt is very nearly gone now. So that's looking solid. Once our debt is gone, I'm going to start expanding our construction a little bit. Great Britain has demanded that we become their protectorate. An autonomous subject type able to start their own diplomatic plays. This might not actually be a bad thing. That would keep us safe from Great Britain, and Britain would defend us, allowing us to expand largely with impunity. The main problem would be breaking free of Great Britain later, right? It's definitely an interesting option. I'm leaning towards accepting it, actually. That also means, I believe, that Great Britain would protect us from our own civil wars if we wanted to rapidly change things. Breaking free from Britain will be challenging, but we should be able to do it before the end of the game, I think. It's a fascinating option here. And really, this comes down to what direction do we want the game to go. Since we're looking at liberalization, I think we accept this. Now, we are going to have to pay money to Britain if we accept this. But I think the benefits at this point in the game outweigh the costs. I may regret this later on. A country may ask or be asked to become a protectorate under an overlord without risk of war if the offer is declined. I think I'm going to accept it. We're going to become a British protectorate. We're currently isolated from the British market. So we basically have our own market, right? We cannot connect to the British market without taking over like Ausa here, who's super weak. Now that we're under Britain, though, we can't... Wait, that said that we could start our own diplomatic plays. Didn't it? I swear that the tooltip said that we could start our own diplomatic plays. That's not a helpful tooltip, Paradox. Cool. I swear that it said that we could start our own diplomatic plays. Are these also a protectorate? No. So why can't we do this? This is saying... I mean, unify Ethiopia we can't do, because we need to not be the subject of another nation, right? But what about simply conquering states? Oh, relations are too high. Yeah, that would do it. So we can't use the Unify Ethiopia CB, but we definitely do need to begin damaging these relations. So we're going to expel their diplomats. That brings us down to cordial, which allows us to conquer state. Now, we would have to go after both of these states. I'm going to do this one for now. Great Britain could join either side. We're their protectorate. Surely they wouldn't side against us. So if we do that, and then we add in the war goal to conquer over here, like this. And then we go in here. Yeah, Britain is leaning towards us right now. Cool. That looks solid. So we're going to let this go through. I'm going to mobilize just this army. They only have 2 units, right? So I'm not expecting to have any particular problems here. But this is definitely an interesting option to be a protectorate of Britain. Now, eventually, we're going to need independence. Eventually. How much are we paying to Britain? Are we not paying them anything? Hang on. I thought that a protectorate is going to pay them for the diplomatic pact. We're part of their customs union. Obviously. Interesting. Yeah, we do want to connect to the British market here, to be clear. That would be very beneficial for us. That's why we're looking to conquer Ausa, is to have ports here to connect to the British market. So that should be fine. I think that this is actually a really decent move for us, as long as we can break free later on. Now, we don't need Britain to join us here, for the record. We're working on this government administration. We are going to finish urban planning very shortly here. 4 weeks on that. So we need to get connected to the British market. That will clear up a lot of our issues. Cool. National Militia is still working its way through. And nobody's going to join in here. So that's great. And these guys, yeah, we're going to need to conquer them for sure. I do want to hop into nation formation here. Hey, urban planning. Okay, we'll deal with you in a moment. And I want to check in on these borders. Okay. Sure, that's fine. Cool. So we have that ready to go. That, of course, means that we can come in here and do iron frame buildings. This is going to be very, very, very negative. We're going to have a big shortage of fabric and iron. I think we're going to wait to change those over. Yeah, we don't have glass here either. I think we're going to wait to turn these over until we join the British market and get our iron problem sorted. Now, to be clear, joining the British market is only a good thing now. Later, we're going to want to have our own market. For sure. Oh, we need to be researching a tech. For now, cotton gin is being worked on. Eventually, we're going to need the atmospheric engine. I think we'll grab that for the time being. This battle's going to break out here, or rather, this war is going to break out here quite soon. But as a British protectorate, I think we'll be in a much better position here. To be clear. War has broken out, and that makes us a lot safer for the time being. A lot safer. So I like it. Are we going to win these battles immediately? Yeah, we're not going to have any real problem here. They just don't have the numbers. That's all there is to it. They do not have the numbers to resist us, even with these guys not mobilized. It's fine. No real problem whatsoever here. So we're on surprise maneuver right now. We'll see how much we get taken over. There's National Militia. Cool. Okay. We had a lot of demoralized troops there, but we've nearly fully occupied them now. Excellent. This guy actually went down to 10 instead of 40. But I think gold was discovered in Victoria. Sure, that's in New South Wales. We don't actually care about that. Yeah, financially, we're doing pretty well here. Cool. So that's fully occupied now. And we're going to press these war goals soon enough. They have 347 reasons not to accept this, but they're fully occupied. They're going to be losing 14 per week due to exhaustion. Yeah, that's fine. And we do currently have a pretty good surplus of cash. Now, I want to swap us at this point to iron frame buildings. We're going to have an input goods shortage of iron. Guaranteed. But that does boost up our construction dramatically. And we're still making money, surprisingly. Iron is actually only expensive. There's not a shortage right now. But when we join the British market, that should improve. There's a devout scandal. Sure, whatever. 25 weeks on this? Okay. So these guys are going to accept this peace deal quite soon. They're at 38 reasons away from doing it right now. I think, like, next week tick, they'll allow it. I'm actually surprised that we're able to build at this level of construction without going negative, without joining the British market. Cool. We'll propose this peace deal, and there we go. Beautiful. So that is conquered, and now we should get connected. We do need to increase our infrastructure eventually, but we now have something. Hello. Iron mines. Iron mines. We're going to max those out as soon as we can. That is a pretty high priority here. That said, we have really, really low construction efficiency here. So for now, we're going to do something like this. We can see that Gondar now has good construction efficiency. We can probably... Well, we want to do violent suppression over here for right now. I'd love to promote social mobility over here too. We'll do that for right now to give ourselves additional literacy growth. I think that'll be fine. And we're going to want to get ports over here. We have one already. We're going to get a second port over here. But again, we're going to want to build that a little bit later on. So 29.1% construction efficiency over here in Eritrea. Sure. But at least we have a connection somewhat to the market now. I'm thinking that that will unisolate eventually, but we really do need to get connections through here. Railroads are going to be a thing that we need to get, right? Cool. This is looking much better. And the British market is something that we will definitely work towards for a bit. So we're definitely constructing a lot faster at this point. And the question now becomes, well, we never actually raised up our military wages. The question now becomes, when do we expand our construction a little bit more? Because I want to be able to be building at least 2 at a time. That would be really nice. For now, of course, it's time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue forming Ethiopia under the protection of Great Britain. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.